ghosting. This motherfucker doing. These tweeting out because I'm in here. Hey, yo, check this out. I need you to reach out to the producer.
Now that breaking news just in on rapper Jay-Z, who has this morning been accused of alongside Sean Diddy Combs. In a refiled lawsuit, an unnamed accuser claims the assault happened when she was 13 years old at an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000.
A lawsuit filed by Houston attorney Tony Busby back in October was amended tonight to add Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, as a defendant.
This is what it's feeling good?
Oh, you put that thing on the
So you see how we do it here on Saturday. This is what it's feeling good?
Oh, you put that.
Y'all won't believe the latest bombshell that's rocked the hip-hop world. Jay-Z, the man who's always been cool as ice under pressure, has completely lost his composure. And trust me, it's for a good reason. A shocking lawsuit has just exploded onto the scene, and it's not just threatening to bring down his empire, it's dragging Diddy right into the middle of this mess too. But here's the most disturbing part. It involves allegations about a 13-year-old. I'm absolutely shaken by what I'm about to tell you about this legal tsunami that's crashing through hip-hop royalty.
Put your Rockefeller shit in. Put your Rockefeller.
We've got breaking news from New York. A lawsuit has accused rapper Jay-Z of 13-year-old girl in 2000, allegedly alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser says the alleged assault happened after the teen was driven to an MTV Video Music after party. The federal suit was originally filed in October, listing Combs as a defendant. It's now been refiled to include Carter. None of the allegations have been proven in court. Carter is the first celebrity to be accused of in connection to Combs.
It's 2020, y'all. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense. Thank you. I love you. I'm having a great night.
With all due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy. And so you were at some of these parties. It's not like there's no photographs that America's going in, hey, is that a young Jay-Z running around in his underwear with Diddy at a party? Huh. You know, when you see that, it's hard to walk away from that.
My heart literally stopped when I heard this. Some absolutely horrifying claims have just surfaced against two of hip-hop's biggest legends, Jay-Z and Diddy. The lawsuit, which was just updated, accuses both of them of something utterly unthinkable, assaying a 13-year-old girl at a party back in 2000. I can barely even say the words.
We've got breaking news from New York. A lawsuit has accused rapper Jay-Z of 13-year-old girl in 2000, allegedly alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser says the alleged assault happened after the teen was driven to an MTV Video Music after party. The federal suit was originally filed in October, listing Combs as a defendant. It's now been refiled to include Carter. None of the allegations have been proven in court. Carter is the first celebrity to be accused of in connection to Combs.
I've seen all these lawsuits against Diddy, dozens of them now at this point, and frequently his response has been to deny it, but to say nothing else. Jay-Z went way more than just denying it. He did do that, but then went directly after the attorney. Part of his statement said, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt from a lawyer named Tony Busby. It made me want to expose you, Tony Busby, for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny." This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity.
Let me tell you, Jay-Z is not having it. He immediately jumped on social media to defend himself, calling this whole thing nothing but a shameless blackmail attempt by the plaintiff's lawyer. Through his label Roc Nation, he shared something that honestly broke my heart. He's not just devastated for himself, but for his entire family. And get this, he had to explain all of this to his 12-year-old daughter, Blue Ivy. Can you imagine how painful that must have been?
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything, just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
And honey, this story gets even messier. Diddy has already come out swinging, denying these claims along with others from October. But that's not even the half of it. He's neck deep in separate federal charges for human exploitation, which he's pleaded not guilty to. Here's the real tea. This lawsuit actually dropped in October, but they didn't name Jay-Z directly at first. They just called him Celebrity A. But now, they're calling him out by name in this updated version. The drama is just getting started.
There had been rumors about Jay-Z for quite some time now. In October, that one lawyer, Tony Busby, filed a lawsuit against Diddy over an incident that allegedly happened in New York after the VMAs many years ago. And allegedly, there was a male celebrity and a female celebrity also involved in the encounter with, at the time, a 13-year-old girl. Neither the male celebrity or the female celebrity were mentioned in the lawsuit. Then in November, Jay-Z filed this lawsuit anonymously against Tony Busby, the attorney that's suing Diddy 120 times. Tony Busby amended his previous lawsuit from October about the 13-year-old girl to now also include Jay-Z as a co-defendant in the lawsuit, the civil litigation. And Jay-Z obviously knew that.
We got to start with this response that Jay-Z had to the allegation. Catch you up real quick if you hadn't heard, but a woman who had filed a lawsuit against Diddy back in October, alleging that he had her at a VMA after party in the year 2000 when she was only 13 years old.
Right. Remember, this is when she allegedly was given a drink. She felt woozy, and there was Diddy, and there was a male celebrity who was unnamed at the time, and also a female celebrity.
Well, that unnamed celebrity is now named. She refiled the lawsuit on Sunday. She and her attorney, Tony Busby, refiled it and named Jay-Z as that unnamed celebrity.
I need to sit down for this part. The lawsuit describes something absolutely chilling. Picture this. It's after the 2000 MTV Music Awards, and this young girl says she drank something that made her feel completely disoriented, woozy, and lightheaded. That's when, according to the lawsuit, Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly took turns essaying her. But here's where it gets even more intense. This brave girl fought back. She managed to hit Diddy in the neck and ran for her life to a nearby gas station where her father came to rescue her. My hands are literally shaking just sharing this with you.
Jay-Z and this massive lawsuit that he's now facing, it is still pretty shocking. The fact that a woman claims when she was 13 years old, she was by Jay-Z, Sean Carter, and Sean Combs at a VMAs after party back in 2000. And if you haven't been following our coverage of this was a suit that was originally filed back in October by Texas attorney Tony Busby, and it didn't originally name Jay-Z. This alleged attacker was only identified as Celebrity A, but depending on who you ask, there might have been a breakdown in the behind the scenes, maybe we say negotiations is the right word, revolving the suit.
Now let's talk about the lawyer stirring up all this drama, Tony Busby. This Texas attorney has been extremely busy, filing lawsuit after lawsuit against Diddy. We're talking at least 20 cases involving physical misconduct. And his methods? He's leaving no stone unturned, using Instagram, setting up hotlines, even holding press conferences to find clients. Every single one of Busby's lawsuits, including this explosive one, has been filed on behalf of anonymous plaintiffs. Now it's up to a judge to decide if this young woman can keep her identity private as the case moves forward. And Jay-Z? Oh, he's not holding back one bit. He's calling these accusations incredibly serious and insists that crimes like these belong in criminal court, not civil court. He's even calling out Busby, saying he has a history of using these kinds of tactics just to grab headlines. According to Jay-Z, and I have to say, he makes a powerful point, real justice for crimes against minors should mean jail time, not just civil settlements.
He denied that there was any extortion. He said, my client merely reached out and wanted to have a confidential mediation.
Right.
Now, I got to say, I don't know what that confidential mediation would be about other than money.
Right.
But his point is, the letter itself did not make any request for money.
But wait, there's more. Busby fired back with a brief but loaded email to Reuters, basically saying the lawsuit speaks for itself and calling it a very serious matter that will play out in court. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Apparently Busby's firm had previously reached out to Jay-Z with an olive branch, offering to resolve everything quietly through mediation. But instead of taking that route, Jay-Z allegedly turned around and sued Busby, launching what the lawyer describes as a full-on harassment campaign against him and his team. Busby's calling this nothing but an intimidation tactic to silence his client. And get this, Busby took to social media to insist that his client never asked Jay-Z for a single penny. According to him, she just wanted to handle everything confidentially through mediation.
Busby's response was a little bit disingenuous. The confidential mediation would be where they would broker a settlement and not have the issue go public in the way that he did. He also mentioned that Jay-Z has sued him, and that got us thinking. There was a lawsuit, an anonymous lawsuit filed against Busby alleging extortion.
Back in November, yeah.
Just when you thought this drama couldn't get any more intense, Jay-Z dropped another bombshell right before Christmas. He filed his own lawsuit against Busby. And believe me, he's not playing around. In this new complaint, filed under his real name Sean Carter, Jay-Z is accusing Busby of defamation and extortion. He claims Busby sent him false allegations of SA along with written demands for money. According to Jay-Z, the message was crystal clear: pay up or face a criminal investigation and public humiliation. And here's the latest twist that had everyone gasping. In the updated complaint filed on December 20th, Jay-Z is calling out Busby and his law firm for trying to pressure him into agreeing to a confidential mediation within a 2-week deadline. But that's not all. Jay-Z's also throwing defamation charges at Busby, saying the lawyer has been spreading false statements for months. The complaint points out that starting in October 2024, Busby was all over the news platforms claiming his firm had this long list of names from the entertainment industry accused of terrible behavior. He even had the audacity to say these individuals deserve to be prosecuted and put under the jail. According to Jay-Z, Busby made it perfectly clear that his name was on that list and even accused him of criminal harm.
Now that breaking news just in on rapper Jay-Z, who has this morning been accused of alongside Sean Diddy Combs. In a refiled lawsuit, an unnamed accuser claims the assault happened when she was 13 years old at an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000. She says she was offered a drink that made her feel lightheaded before the alleged incident. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, is yet to respond.
The allegations? They're absolutely shocking. A woman identified only as Jane Doe in the complaint claims she was essayed by both Jay-Z and Diddy, while a female celebrity reportedly watched. Jay-Z's response? He absolutely exploded on social media, calling out Busby and making it crystal clear he wouldn't give him a single penny. Jay-Z said he was determined to expose the lawyer for what he called fraudulent behavior in the most public way possible.
Jay-Z has been named in a recent Sean Diddy Combs lawsuit, a lawsuit that was filed back in October where it claimed that Diddy and another high-profile celebrity AR'd a 13-year-old girl. Well, now Jay-Z's responding to the said lawsuit, calling Tony Busby.
Yeah. Did Jay reach out yet? Nah, Bob. He ghosting. This motherfucker doing. Nigga, tweeting out because I'm in here. Hey, yo, check this out. I need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie. Alright, Bob. Y'all need to stay quiet. We got attention right now.
But hold on to your seats because this drama train isn't stopping. Tony Busby has now filed yet another lawsuit, this time against Quinn Emanuel, Urquhart & Sullivan, the law firm representing both Jay-Z and Diddy. He's accusing them of harassing his colleagues, clients, and even his family. While the law firm has kept quiet, Jay-Z is coming out swinging. He's standing firmly by true victims while calling out Busby for what he says is exploiting people's stories for personal gain. And let me tell you, he didn't mince words about Busby's approach. Jay-Z said Busby made a huge mistake assuming all celebrities are cut from the same cloth. He reminded everyone that he's different, someone who fought his way out of Brooklyn's projects with strict values. He took aim at Busby's tactics, saying they'd be laughable if the allegations weren't so serious, and declared he's ready to show the lawyer just how wrong he is.
Why is Tony Busby settling with people that he's accusing of criminal acts? So Jay-Z says this: these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. He then points out how this would affect his family. He says, my wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims.
The drama just keeps escalating. Less than 24 hours after being named in the lawsuit, Jay-Z fired back with legal action of his own. He's demanding either a complete dismissal of the case or that the plaintiff step out of the shadows and reveal her identity. His attorney, Alex Spiro, laid everything out in a federal court filing that had everyone talking. Spiro argued that Jay-Z absolutely deserves to know who's making these criminal accusations against him, seeking massive financial payouts, and trying to destroy the career he's built over decades. And here's the kicker. Spiro pointed out that other plaintiffs in Busby's cases weren't allowed to stay anonymous, so why should this one be any different? If she wants to move forward, Spiro says she needs to come forward with her real name.
Now Jay-Z, in his recent motion that you referenced earlier, has said, yeah, that was me, because when you sent your demand letters to me, I then went forward, stood my ground with an extortion lawsuit against you, and now if you're going to continue this whole spectacle, I want the accuser's name out there as well. She shouldn't be able to sue me as a Jane Doe. He says, fair is fair. This is a response to, this is retaliation for me standing my ground when you tried to extort me, and now let's just get it all out there.
Let me break down this messy timeline for you because it's absolutely wild. Everything exploded on October 20th when Tony Busby filed this bombshell case under the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. At first, they were just talking about Celebrity A and Celebrity B alongside Shaw Diddy Combs, accusing them of repeatedly essaying a minor. By November 18th, things got even spicier when an unnamed celebrity from Los Angeles, represented by the high-powered law firm Emanuel Urquhart & Sullivan, hit back with accusations of extortion in LA's Superior Court. Then, on December 8th, Busby dropped another bomb, naming Jay-Z directly. Just like that, Beyoncé's husband found himself in a legal spotlight that no one would want to be in.
Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right. What did you feel about just that whole thing, man?
As much as people feel like I haven't had issues with Puffy. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he do, but Jay definitely not that. I hope things are all right for him internally. Yeah, because in the statement they mentioned his daughter would, being old enough to, because she about 13.
Right.
So it's the same age as his kids, what you saying he did. We live in a climate that it's not even what you did. It's what they said you did.
Right.
Right? So it's like the damage is already done by the allegation itself.
Jay-Z, who's usually so private about these things, decided he'd had enough. He confirmed he was indeed the unnamed celebrity in the LA case, but oh my goodness, his response to Busby was absolutely scathing. He called Busby dishonorable and said he's seen these kinds of tactics before. And let me tell you, Jay-Z made it crystal clear he is more than ready to deal with what he described as Busby's tactics.
But honestly, it's the last paragraph for me, because I feel like he's coming after Psychic Sloan Bella and Jaguar Wright. He says, you have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that, quote, all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have a very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake, he says physics here, but I think he means psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me. If not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. He says, I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Is that a threat? Is Jaguar right? They're a nasty little couple that does nasty things.
But Busby wasn't about to back down. He took to social media and accused Jay-Z, who everyone knows is super close with Shaw Diddy Combs, of bullying and harassing both him and the plaintiff. Meanwhile, things are looking absolutely terrible for Diddy. A New York judge just denied him bail for the third time, calling him a serious risk for witness tampering. And it gets even worse. Prosecutors are saying he's been trying to contact witnesses from jail and spreading certain narratives to influence public opinion before his upcoming trial for human exploitation.
We made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility, and I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has a great amount of electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable, nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial. And I'm going to be pushing for that.
Now, about Jay-Z's legal battle, we're still waiting for a date on his request to either throw out the case or make Jane Doe reveal who she is. But his legal team isn't just playing defense, they're going full force on the attack. They've dropped another bombshell, accusing Tony Busby of pressuring someone to lie about Shaw Diddy Combs. Mary Henderson, who works at Alex Spiro's law firm, Jay-Z's head lawyer, filed this absolutely shocking declaration. According to Henderson, she recently spoke with a woman in Texas who spilled some serious tea about her experiences with Busby's firm. This woman says she reached out to them about being a victim of exploitation involving celebrities. But get this, they weren't connected to either Diddy or Jay-Z. But here's where it gets absolutely wild. Henderson says the woman claimed Busby's team tried to pressure her into connecting her story to Diddy. They allegedly even coached her to say she was held down and forced to take narcotics, something she swears never happened. When she refused to lie, she says they dropped her like a hot potato.
Based purely on her testimony, if this is so old, maybe there's no surveillance, maybe there's no text messages, maybe there's no forensics, could she win based purely on her account of what happened?
She could theoretically win if her testimony were especially compelling, but I think you put your finger on one of the real weaknesses, is that these allegations are ancient. One thing that leapt out to me is the allegations also include that there was a witness,
yes,
other than Diddy, who a female, another woman. Her testimony, and obviously she will be subpoenaed, could be crucial. I mean, if that testimony corroborated the plaintiff's claims, then that would be something that would really be a game changer.
Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, had plenty to say about this latest twist. He believes it's absolute proof that Jay-Z deserves to dig deep into these accusations. Spiro argued that this new information backs up their push to have Busby's clients step out of the shadows. But Tony Busby? He's firing right back at Jay-Z's legal team, calling them desperate and out of control. In a statement to USA Today, Busby dismissed these allegations as ridiculous, saying there's zero evidence to back them up. Busby then went on to explain how his firm operates. They only take cases they believe have merit and are worth pursuing, and right now they're handling hundreds of cases that have nothing to do with Diddy. He completely denied pressuring any clients, saying they only reject cases if they're weak or not credible. And about that mystery witness, Busby pointed out that Jay-Z's team hasn't shared her identity either. He said it's impossible to respond to these claims without knowing who this woman is or what she supposedly told his intake team. Busby called the whole situation a farce.
With evidence that he actually tried to circumvent the rules of the Brooklyn Metropolitan Center, circumvent the rules of the prison when it came to communications, was enough to hold him behind bars and to deny him bail. But to your point, Brian, the judge definitely went through this analysis. The judge asked for specific case law relating to these specific issues, but ultimately made that determination that Diddy, there was nothing that the defense could offer to make it safe for the community for him to be out on bail.
All these extra things that have been bubbling around, talk of, maybe corrupting potential witnesses, etc., etc. How much worse is that all potentially making his situation?
A whole lot worse, Piers. That type of conduct, if it's really going on, can be introduced into the trial in front of the jury, and it shows indicia or consciousness of guilt.
The tension between Jay-Z and Tony Busby is reaching a fever pitch. Busby just called Jay-Z's legal team desperate and out of control, claiming their new allegations are just smokescreens to distract from the serious accusations his clients are facing. He's standing firm, insisting these tactics won't silence or intimidate his clients. This drama's been building since November, with Busby revealing in October he planned to file civil lawsuits for over 100 alleged Diddy victims. Speaking of Diddy, things are looking grim. His legal team just admitted he broke jail phone rules at MDC Brooklyn. Prosecutors say he's been using other inmates' phone cards to contact witnesses and possibly influence public opinion. Diddy's lawyer, Alexandra Shapiro, tried defending him, saying inmates commonly share phone cards and it doesn't necessarily mean he was obstructing justice. She emphasized there's no proof his calls were any different from ones he could have made with his own card.
First of all, what was your reaction to this newest and latest allegation of more than 100 additional victims?
Hi, Nicole. Nice to be with you. You know, it's the proverbial snowball coming down the hill. You know, when you've been living a lifestyle, not just one or two incidences, but a lifestyle which Diddy seems to have led, there's a lot of people, a lot of activity out there. And to be honest, I don't think it's over. I don't think we're at the precipice yet. We're going to see these new claims come out in different states, different jurisdictions. The additional ones will follow, and people are kind of jumping on the bandwagon. And the indictment and the initial civil lawsuits gave a lot of these victims the courage to come forward. That's probably why they didn't come forward before, and now we're seeing it.
But wait, there's more drama. Judge Aaron Subramanian ruled prosecutors must destroy notes taken from Diddy's cell during a raid, even though prosecutors insisted these notes were crucial to their case. This decision just added more fuel to this already blazing legal inferno.
I remember seeing a quote from Sean Diddy Combs that he said he never wore the same clothes twice.
Oh, and now every day,
now he's got to wear that little beige
outfit.
In an emotional twist, Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, spoke through the family's lawyer, expressing heartbreak over the accusations against her son. She suggested money might be motivating these claims, comparing her son to others wrongly convicted due to past mistakes. While defending him, she admitted Diddy has made mistakes and might not have been completely honest about allegations from his ex, Cassie Ventura.
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay, just
that should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
The relationship between Jay-Z and Diddy goes way back to the 90s. From industry rivals to close friends, their journey's been incredible. By 1993, Diddy was making waves with Bad Boy Entertainment. In 1996, they collaborated on Brooklyn's Finest for Jay-Z's debut album. The following year, Diddy dropped No Way Out, featuring Jay-Z on Young G's.
At first, I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know.
If you recall the last time that you were here,
Yes.
I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way.
I remember you said
yes.
that. Yes.
Or in my mind.
Look at
Or in my mind, getting together permanently with Pitbull.
In 2005, Jay-Z and Diddy showed their philanthropic side, donating $1 million together for Hurricane Katrina relief. By 2007, they were sharing stages with 50 Cent and Kanye West at the Screamfest hip-hop festival. But the unity was short-lived. Tensions grew between 50 Cent and Diddy, leading to a brewing feud. It got so intense that 50 Cent even made a documentary about the allegations titled Diddy Do It. Speaking about their friendship, Diddy once opened up about a viral photo from one of his famous parties. He revealed he was telling Jay-Z how much he treasured their friendship, emphasizing that beyond being competitors and hip-hop icons, they were just two black brothers showing mutual respect.
Great photos. I mean, really capturing a moment in time. How do you feel about all the work?
I feel absolutely great about it, especially being a part of this moment in time. It's just great to display it, and we all know that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we're just excited to bring everyone else into it and can have that moment as well.
Well, of course, this is all about icons, and Diddy, you are a super icon. And there's so many photos out there, but the one of you and Jay-Z really stands out to me. What was that moment? Do you remember that time?
Yeah, that was at one of my birthday parties, and I was just telling him I appreciated him coming. He was on tour, and he flew in private after one of his shows just to come to the party, and he had to fly back down. I was just telling him how much I appreciate it, you know, how much I value our friendship. People see us as competitors and different icons in the hip-hop game, but that was a moment of just two black brothers telling each other how much they appreciate each other.
And we call that picture a secret society. All we ask is trust.
I like that. I like that.
With all due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy. And so you were at some of these parties. It's not like there's no photographs that America's going in, hey, is that a young Jay-Z running around in his underwear with Diddy at a party? Huh. You know, when you see that, it's hard to walk away from that visual.
At a 2020 Black Billionaire brunch hosted by Jay-Z's Rock Nation, Diddy gave this incredibly emotional speech about their journey. He talked about sparing no expense and stressed how crucial it was for them to stay united. Jay-Z was nodding along as Diddy poured his heart out about their deepening bond. But fast forward to 2024 and everything's changed. Jay-Z seems to be distancing himself from Diddy, especially after those federal charges for exploitation and racketeering dropped. With Diddy's trial set for May 5th and multiple civil lawsuits piling up, including one targeting both of them, their friendships being tested like never before. Looking back, Jay-Z was a regular at Diddy's legendary parties. From that 4th of July bash in 2000 to Diddy's surprise 35th birthday in 2004, and even his 39th celebration in 2008.
I love you. I'm having a great night.
Right now, Diddy's behind bars preparing for his federal trial on serious charges. He's denying everything, including a lawsuit filed by hundreds alleging SA. One of the most disturbing accusations comes from someone claiming they were S'd at just 9 years old during a New York City studio audition. The big question everyone's asking, what role, if any, did Jay-Z play in Diddy's current situation? The hip-hop world is holding its breath, waiting to see how this explosive story unfolds. Explosive story unfolds. Explosive story.